autonomic nervous system, there are two divisions, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. The sympathetic is one of the parts of the ANS, but is also known as the fight or flight. This is best for reacting to anything that requires any fast reaction. The parasympathetic is the other part of the ANS that is in charge of all organs, ensuring that they are doing their job. This occurs unconsciously. So here is the CNS and the PNS of the sympathetic nervous system. There is also the preganglionic neurons. The preganglionic neurons are present in the brainstem and spinal cord. Neurons are present in the visceral and reflex arc. Next is the preganglionic nerve fiber. It is quite obvious that they are shorter in the sympathetic than they are in the parasympathetic. These are short fibers that have myelin. These fibers are protected, and the myelin helps speed up impulses to the nervous system. Then, for the yellow part in the sympathetic, it is going to be the sympathetic ganglion, and after that comes the ganglionic neurons. Preganglionic neurons leave the CNS and synapse on the ganglionic neurons, and these neurons initiate visceral effect. So just like this, in the sympathetic nervous system, the parasympathetic is going to have its own preganglionic neuron. As it's going down the sympathetic nervous system, it will either go through the ganglionic neuron or through the bloodstream and reach the target organ. Before that, it goes through the postganglionic fibers, same thing in the parasympathetic, and then it will reach the target organ. There is a receptor called an isotonic acetylcholine receptor. These lay on top of the sympathetic and parasympathetic ganglionic cells. The function is to respond to a compound nicotine. Neuron transmitters are going to be located all throughout the nervous system, but the acetylcholine one is going to be the black arrows right here. The function is to work as a neuron transmitter throughout the nervous system. The norepinephrine is going to be the green arrows right here. And as you can see, it goes through the bloodstream. Epinephrine is the hormone that responds to stressful situations by increasing someone's heart rate. In the sympathetic nervous system, there's going to be a receptor called the adrenergic receptor that releases epinephrine or epinephrine-like substances. Also, muscarinic acetylcholine receptors that is located in certain neurons and form J protein receptors. So something that is in charge of secreting hormones such as epinephrine and norepinephrine is going to be the adrenal medulla. The sympathetic nervous system has a stimulation that causes the bronchial passageway to dilate, and that is called bronchial dilation. So ANS has two beta-1 and beta-2 receptors. Beta-1 stimulation that increases the metabolic activity. Beta-2 receptors cause relaxation of smooth muscles along the respiratory tract. Next, the ANS has alpha-1 receptor, which is the most common type of alpha receptor. It activates G proteins and intercellular calcium ions that lead to the endoplasmic reticulum. So like I said in the beginning of the video, the parasympathetic is in charge of any target organs, but the biggest nerve is one of the 12 cranial nerves that lead down the abdominal, heart, esophagus, and lungs, and creates any response. In the end, the ANS job is to respond to anything, whether it be the fight or flight or unconsciously. The fight or flight is a sympathetic, which could go down the bloodstream or the ganglionic neurons, reaching the target. The parasympathetic has a really long preganglionic fiber, and it goes straight to the target organ unconsciously.